Hey, good morning, guys. Happy distance learning day 15. Yesterday, had a really good birthday, really good anniversary with Miss Emily. Just went back and watched that YouTube video of you guys singing happy birthday to me and all those awesome cards and everything. So just felt the love yesterday. Ready to take on our 4th week of distance learning, I believe. So we've already been doing this for 4 weeks now. This is pretty crazy. So we've got some new stuff to be learning this week. It's going to feel a little bit different because actually on Thursday we have no school. It's called Emancipation Day, and we will be observing that. And then on Friday, I'm going to be taking kind of like a half day. I'll be teaching in the morning. We'll have our Zoom Friday morning, and then I'm going to start packing up some containers with stuff. Miss Emily and I celebrated my birthday and our anniversary by packing up a lot of stuff in our apartment. So we were working hard yesterday, but still want to have a great week this week. I'm going to start some student calls this afternoon, so I'll get back to that method of calling when I send you this YouTube video, or if you're subscribed to the channel, you might get this before the learning plan, but I'll send the learning plan out very shortly after I am done recording this. So that's about it. If you want to tell me about your weekend, I'd love to chat with you, or if you can put it in the campers chat on Teams, anything exciting that happened this weekend. But it was a pretty good weekend. So, all right. It is the 132nd day of school, and I said second because there's that 2 there. So when we say, what day or how many days, or if you're talking about a total, you'll say 132nd, but that is it. So one more than 132 Charlie. One more than 132 is 133. And I'm sure Charlie probably said that as well. One less than 132, Sam McCluskey. One less than 132 is, of course, 131. Umnia, you are going to do 10 more than 132. So 10 more than 132 or 10 more than 30. So if you know what 10 more than 30 is, the ones place and the hundreds place will not change. It is 142. I am not forgetting that stick today. Got it. And last one, Isla, 132, and we're going to do 10 less than 132. So the tens place is that 30 or that 3 tens. What is 10 less than that number? Of course it is 122. My expo marker is gone again today, but that is okay. Whenever I do the weather tally, I am going to put it underneath cloudy because at this very moment it is not raining. Right here, in Glover Park, there could be 2 or 3 different parts where it's raining, and it couldn't be. It just depends on where that rain cloud is and if it ran out of rain to drop from its cloud, because remember, when clouds get too heavy, they get really dark. They start to release that precipitation back into the earth. So I will put cloudy. If it's raining where you are, I apologize, but I'm going to put cloudy for just where I'm at right now. Today is Monday, April 13th. Yesterday was Sunday, April 12th, and tomorrow will be April 14th. So we're almost halfway through April already. It does not seem possible. My question today, and I am writing this down today. Okay. If today's the 13th, how many days until April 25th? So if today's April 13th, how many days until the 25th of April? And I'll put a link of a calendar in Teams. There actually is a spot for a calendar At least in my teams there is. I don't know if it's in yours as well, but there is a calendar there, so you might be able to use that. If not, I will send a link to that and put it in there so that you have it to maybe answer those, because I know a lot of you really like to use the calendar to count one by one, or at least to do your hops down one full week, a full 7 days. So that is that. So weather today and what it's going to look like for the rest of the week. Today it is saying scattered thunderstorms around. It was raining when I woke up this morning, but then it stopped whenever I started recording this. Tomorrow is partly cloudy with a little bit of wind. Wednesday says AM showers, but it's only a 0.01 inches of rain, so it's not going to be very rainy, I don't think. Thursday, mostly sunny, high of 58. Friday is mostly cloudy, high of 64. And then Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, it says showers every single day. So I think it might be a pretty rainy weekend. Hopefully on Tuesday and Thursday you get out whenever it's cloudy or sunny and get out and about so that you are not trapped inside without a nice little nature break throughout the weekend coming up. But we will see. It changes, and tomorrow we could find out that hey, they're saying their best guess is that it's not going to rain hardly at all next weekend. We will just have to see. The history. Today's temperature is going to be, it's 63 degrees right now. The average for this day over the history of April 13th is 66 degrees, so we're not too far from that average. But the record for the temperature on April 13th is 90 degrees. It was 90 degrees. The low temperature today says 60. The average is 46, so it's a little bit warmer than it normally is. And the record is 26 degrees, which is just crazy to me. Our quote today, it says, "Being kind is never wasted." Now that might mean something different to you than it does to me. Being kind is never wasted. What it means to me is you should never expect a prize, or you should never expect anything for being kind. Being kind is just something about who we are. So if you go around only being kind when you feel like it or this and that, then it might not feel as good, or you might not feel as accomplished. But I try to go around and be kind to every single person I can possible, because first of all, it does make me feel good. And second of all, I believe that there's no reason to not be kind to everyone you meet. Now, you might meet somebody that's not so kind back, or that doesn't appreciate your kindness. But being kind isn't for everybody else. It's something that deep down I want to be doing each day, and it will make your path and your life a little bit better, and it should make you proud whenever you're being kind to everybody. So we're not being kind just to get dojo bucks or to get candy or extra time on the games. Being kind is just a part of a lot of who we are. So remember that next time you are out and about or in a situation where being kind might be able to help it out. We are going to switch up the schedule, and we are going to continue to do Zern this week, but next week I have a paper activity that I want to give to everybody that I think will be fun. It's going to take some printing, and if you don't have a printer, I'm going to try to figure out an alternative to still be able to do this assignment. But we're going to switch modules. So we made it all the way to lesson 15. Some of you made it all the way up to lesson 17. And 17, 18, and 19, those lessons are pretty much the same. It's subtracting zeros. And I'm going to be assigning those or working with you guys on those whenever I do our student calls, either on Zoom or Teams. So you and I will work on those to make sure that we're understanding how to subtract those. So we're going to go to module 6, lesson 1. And this module is all about finding equal groups. And believe it or not, it actually is going to start to teach us a little bit about multiplication and how do we multiply things, how do we look for equal groups here and there. So that'll be day 1. And The alternative to Zearn is the math packets actually now are exactly what you would be doing on Zearn. So in your learning plan, I put a link to the distance learning plan that DCPS created. If you would rather do it on paper and send me pictures, that's totally okay. But I'm going to try to, on our weekly quiz, I'm going to try to do about 2 quizzes a week. I'll put some of those questions that are on those paper onto there so that you are still working on it, but it's either Zearn or the learning plan now. We're kind of doing the same thing, and I'll put out a math video or 2 this week, just highlighting some of those things that we should have learned in the last module versus what we're doing now. And of course, there's an extension page there. Dear time, or silent reading. So I changed it to silent time or skill time. And then day 1 of the reading learning packet. Now, the thing about the reading learning packet, parents, this is mostly for you, but you are able to skip kind of filling in all of that stuff if you would rather just have them answer some of the questions. I'm going to put some of the questions from the learning packet into the quiz questions. That way they're seeing it in 2 places and you don't have to scan as much stuff. So I'll keep you updated on that. And then it says 20 minutes of Lexia Core 5, but that can be skipped if you're still working on your Nelson Mandela writing. So I would like that to be turned in, that paragraph or whatever you have today, turned in by the end of the day. And then social studies, it's going to be a little bit more challenging. It's a lot of reading and writing. So with social studies, I want you to just do your best. This social studies plan is actually week 4 and 5. So today, it's just complete the reading for day 5. Complete the reading for day 1, not day 5, day 1. So it's reading and then answering questions about that reading. And it is quite a bit of reading. Again, with that, you don't have to print anything out. You can just write the questions or type the questions up and send them to me with your student's response. So that's it, guys. Hope you have an awesome Monday. I will be calling some of those campers this afternoon, and then we will do our Zoom call on Wednesday at about 1 o'clock or 1:15 because I have a staff meeting at 2 o'clock that day. We usually do them at 2. And then Friday will be a morning Zoom, so I can talk to you guys before the afternoon starts to get crazy. So one more time, thank you so much. Shout out to every single one of you. You all, either made cards or said happy birthday in one way or another. So I really, really appreciate it. Made my weekend. All right, guys. Thank you.